Happy Friday, you guys. Welcome into our classic every Friday listening to video game music live stream. I hope everyone's doing really well. Happy time zones, happy day, happy. One sec. Boop. What's up, everybody? I am a little late. I'm apologize for that. Not that it matters, because this will be a VOD later. Hello. Welcome in. I needed to shave and contemplate my life choices, and now we are here. As always, welcome, and let's hang out. These double morning streams are always a little bit rough. I'm a little bummed out because it looks like my plugin is not working, which I am sad about. And I don't know why that is. Let's see. Does this work? Good morning. Expedition 33 has totally ruined gaming for me. I'm still not fully over it. Chances are I won't play it again for another like 5 years. And I didn't even finish everything because I'm not the type of gamer that finishes everything. Like, I didn't finish Simon. I fought him once and I was like, all right, cool. That's so odd. The plugin is here. It says paused. Cool, sounds good. I feel really good about what I've just done in this game. I played it to my heart's content. I'm done, right? Why don't you work, you son of a... It should pop up. This plugin has like changed our life. I don't know if I get rid of it. That's not why. I'm so sorry, guys. I need to. I desperately need to figure this out. I've been. Something must have happened to this thing. I don't know why though. Cause extension options. Create an instance. Oh yeah, you're right. But then... Hey Juan, how are you? Display overlay when paused. How about that? Yeah, I know, this is me. This is me unshaved. Integration. If you can kind of... Re-enable. Okay, let me options. Let me turn this off. On. See, this says paused. I don't want to spend too much time doing... Oh, I know why. Wait, I know why. Hold on. It's update. Extension updated. You know what I did? I only installed the... Oh, wait. Is this why? I'm doing pretty well. Thank you. Okay. Head to this YouTube video. Setup. Create instance button. Right click the extension. Wait, introduction. Current extension is 2.2. Create instance, setting up OBS. Once you create an instance, create an instance. Is there ways to identify you and separate clients to store your configuration in the current state of the extension? To create an instance, simply hit Create Instance button in the extension menu. I'm not going to play 2.6 until closer to 2.7. Okay. Extension. Allow. I have thoughts on Silksong. I'll bring them up in a second. I have a lot to say about Silksong. Options. Let me restart. Let me remove from Chrome. Okay, we'll go music on stream. Add to Chrome. Add extension. There it is. Let me delete this. Yeah, I installed a mod last night. It's much better. Okay. All right. So we're restarting. Installation guide. All right. Pop-up explanation. Okay. So we will, where is it? Oh, here it is. No access needed. Pin. Okay. Selector tab. Status inactive. Listening to. Default title. Title, subtitle, select. Okay. Head to this YouTube video. Not available. Uh-oh, that boards poorly. That's not good. You should see a preview. Uh-oh. I think this extension might be dead. That's tragic. All right, create new instance. Copy instance overlay link. Browser. Music. The URL is this. Go 400. Okay. No instance found. Start listening to a tab or check your overlay link. Okay. Okay. All right. Does this work? Here's hoping. No. Fuck. That is tragic. Damn. Hello. Yeah, I could. Damn, that kills me. I'm so sad. That was literally my favorite extension. What a bummer. So sad. Oh well, I guess. All right. What happened to my beautiful beard? What? So we have a busy day today. So sad. I really am. Someone said, server has a scheduled reboot on the 20th. I'll have to email them. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Hey guys. Happy Friday as always. Today's another Friday. Can't believe how fast the weeks go. We're going to listen to a bunch of video game music today, of course, provided by patrons. So thank you so much as always. My goal is to get through about 30 pieces today, and go till about 3 o'clock. So we'll see where we land. Yeah, this week has been really interesting. Silk Song has been so much fun, but also not fun at the same time. What a gorgeous world, environment, ambiance, music, all of the above. Really just terrific. That said, the difficulty has become somewhat unbearable. And yeah, so I'm no longer streaming that because I want to play it on my own. I've since modded it and made it easier, much more like Hollow Knight in terms of its difficulty. It's brutal. How hard is it? I think it's very hard. Very hard. So I won't be streaming it anymore. That's yeah, I know. Well, yeah. So in terms of updates, there's nothing much to report. I mean, my God, this year has been insane with video games coming out. We just got that Super Mario Galaxy reveal today. Really excited to play that on October. Well, so we won't have a stream. That's hilarious. Otaku. I also took a break yesterday from filming Violet Evergarden over on Patreon because that shit gave me emotional damage the other day. So I'm hoping to get some episodes tomorrow and or Sunday. Let's just kind of dive right in. We have a lot to get through. Speaking of Fire Emblem, let's pop over to Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia, the Fire Emblem game that is unique to the rest of the series. The main series games are considered turn-based. The hack and slash are considered spin-offs. As the story is split into acts, examples can be Act 1, Part 2, Act 3, Part 5. I did watch a little bit of her thing. Yeah. Hi, Nesna. How are you? So we're going to listen to the Heritors of Arcadia, Fire Emblem Echoes, and I will have to put up a browser. I've heard this one before. Well, that's great because I don't remember. So perfect. And I think what I'll do is I guess I'll put up sad to see you without your fantastic beard. Why? You don't like my face? What's wrong with my face? So sad. I'm so sad that you don't like my face. I don't care that you can see the list. It's fine.
On an ocean of stars, lo, an angel they see, untouched by the war that they waged.
I'm gonna take notes.
Laid low by their scars, a people wounded but free, seek what lies beyond this dark age.
So what I really like about the first 40 seconds here is essentially a natural buildup, and it sounds to me like a lullaby, or it's like a character sort of telling her the story. It's almost like a troubadour, or someone coming in and saying like, hey, this is what happened to these people, so on and so forth. Let me tell you a story. Let me recount to you a story, you know? And so what I like about this vocally is that we have it really dialed back. It's not loud. Even in the piano, you can hear this kind of natural build up, so on and so forth. And it's nice because it feels like it's inviting us in and warming us up to the story, which is really pretty. And her voice is very like innocent. There's also a quality of it that like anybody could sing this way. So your stream is the reason I was first made aware of it. Oh, okay. I also really like that this is like an every person style of singing. So there's not like any sense of othering. Like this could be something that like a citizen could sing or a priestess could sing. Like it doesn't matter what your class was. Anybody could kind of recount the story.
The seasons they turn.
Oh yeah, this song.
Winter to spring, the wind, the pain, and erasing the sting. The seasons turn, summer to fall. Time's warm embrace begins to heal all.
So what's really nice about this is the lilt. Da-dee, 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 da-dee. Incredibly catchy right off the bat. And what I really like is we get this kind of waltz or natural lilt to it where it goes up and down. Da-dee, 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 da-dee. So we go up and then we go down. Big swing. It's kind of like going up and down on a roller coaster. And that, I think, it's just lovely, right? It has this wonderful warmth to it when the melody comes in. And it's also extremely catchy because it's very short. Love that.
On the wild at first light, the Jasper lion will run. Harken anthem he drums, can you hear? pull fresh from the night.
Also, notice that the singer is doing the same thing. So what the singer's doing is called strophic writing, where the melody is sort of unchanged and we're just changing the lyrics. So the melody is the same as the first verse, changing the lyrics. Strophic kind of repeats itself. What's really interesting there is the bass. The bass is actually the one that's doing more movement than before. The bass is the sort of bubbling of things. The bass is sort of like supporting and re-emphasizing thoughts and feelings and ideas that the singer had before, kind of expanding on them as well.
Rise and listen as one. The land that they were promised is near. And though I am gone, just ash in the wind, one life surrendered so yours can begin. Courage, my children, this is your song. I am the earth, I will make you strong.
And you hear how there's a twinge of sadness in it, because one life surrendered so yours can begin. Da dee da da da, the earth. Da, da, da. That is really poetic, and I think to me, it's almost like ushering someone out, giving them the chance to be strong, standing by their side. But there is a twinge of sadness in it, and almost a feeling of regret, or a feeling of certainly loss, but also like a responsibility, a duty, and ownership, stuff like that, which I think is really, evocative. So actually, funny enough, we actually just heard some guitar today in the new Fire Emblem reveal, right? And it's not dissimilar. I mean, it's totally dissimilar in its structure, but it's not dissimilar in its sound. And I think this guitar music really lends itself to honest expression, honesty. I think because of its acoustic. There's like, we don't have to hide behind amplification per se. There's a real, I think, melancholy in the sound, but also, again, with this rhythmic propulsion that we have, there's also this feeling of like debt or honor to be cherished or focused on. It's a gorgeous little reprieve from the voice,
A world riven by pride, repaired at last.
Oh.
And now its makers can be at rest, our vision come to pass. The seasons they turn, memory fades, but when my name has been lost to the grave, I will sustain you year after year. I will protect you when dangers appear. And though I am gone, just ash in the wind, one life surrendered so yours can begin. Courage, my children, this is your song. I am the earth, I will make you strong.
Oh. I am the earth and I will make you strong, as she talks about her ashes being blown in the wind. Even though I'm long gone. Wow, that's incredibly poetic. So it's amazing how, even though it's a repetitive piece that goes from point A to point B, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, the emotional impact is also so hit there based on the lyrics. Huh. Yeah, the passage of time. You're so right. It's such a beautiful wow, that's such like it's almost like this is the way it has to be. While I don't love it, I don't have a choice, right? So I have to commit to this feeling of standing by your side, even if I'm no longer there. Oh, that's like legit sad. And then to pull away with the piano, that's the reflective like distance, you know. And the thing is, we know that time passes so quickly, and that really kind of, I think gives way to that feeling of like knowing that nothing is forever, and time just doesn't stand still, and that we're always sort of on a lose-lose with time and how fast it moves. It's crazy, really beautiful, and poignant. I like that song a lot. You know, I think a non-gamer would probably be like, okay, that's pretty, and they wouldn't necessarily take it in. But if they like gave themselves a second to really think about the lyrics and all that, hey Viper, I think that they would genuinely like that a lot. Geometry Dash. Press start full version. If you like electronic pixel music, this one's for you. All I'm going to say is for this track is a 2016 minecart. Hey, Poison Zero, don't worry. Let's listen. Western? Oh, because of the Western.
Press start.
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay. I won't have too much to say about this because it's freaking awesome. Holy hell. Incredibly difficult game, Geometry Dash. Incredibly addictive game, Geometry Dash. A delight to play, I think. This music is really all about that meditative feeling. And it's so enthralling. The rhythm, the tension in it, the sort of, there's like almost a feeling of motivation in the music. Absolutely dope. What a great, the beginning had a little bit of Wild West thing, but it's really like, it's energetic and thrilling. What?
Continue.
I could never. Is this a real level? Dude, my eyes can't even keep track of. Wow. See, and what's amazing about that piece is that it's just an incredible momentum piece, right? Like the whole thing is really about guiding you from point A to point B to point C to point D, but doing it in a way where, you know, because there's so much on the screen, the oral experience of listening to the music, I think helps the player have a better experience where it's not just like total complete overload. There's also just the tiniest bit of tension in that, which allows us to, you know, I think better connect to the gameplay experience. But also it's because it's not frenetic. Like it's got a pretty fast BPM, but it's not to the point where you are, you know, totally gonna get stuck and won't be able to like actually navigate through it. Insanely difficult. Insanely difficult. And really awesome. I love that track actually. Man, both those were absolute bangers. Fjord's not here, right? So I think I'll skip Fjord and come back. I know that Fjord said they wouldn't be around. Hello. Let's come back in like 20 minutes. Will Fjord be here? An hour late. Okay. We'll come back in an hour. Let's do Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Bonsai Speedway. Speedway levels in the first 4 Spyro games are giant obstacle courses that allow you to freely fly around the level to complete tasks. In the first 3 Spyro games, these levels were usually accompanied by more energetic songs with heavier percussion, but for Enter the Dragonfly's case, the composers went for a calming, more meditative sound. For most of the soundtrack that reflect the environment more. So Speedways get a mix of both styles. This one has acoustic guitar and vocal samples with light percussion before picking up with heavier kicks and snare off a minute. This course in particular is very Japanese-inspired visuals with cherry blossoms, temples, and mountains in the background, and pinkish sky. I like how at about a minute in, we retain most of what we hear from the very beginning, right? But there's a natural buildup as we're continuing to fly through this zone. And so while we're going for meditative, sort of peaceful, imagine what I hear is the open wings of Spyro gliding versus like, firing fireballs and moving through and, getting caught in the way of enemies and stuff. This is very like, and there's a little bit of tension, but overall the piece kind of stays sort of one tempo, and there does a bit of at one point there's a bit of subdivision here where we start to really break everything down beat by beat, but it keeps this really relaxed. I hesitate to say relaxed tension, but it does keep this sort of like, I don't know, placidness. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessary for me. It's not necessarily like a compelling track or anything, right? But there are some individual things in it that are pretty nice. I really like how each phase has a little bit of a different instrumentation. We also get that repeated ba bum ba dum boom, ba bum ba dum boom, ba bum ba boom. I think that's cool. Again, the idea is like to keep you, not dissimilarly to the previous track we listened to, where there's this bit of you really feel like you're floating. There's a suspension that occurs over top of it that I do think is nice. It elicits a feeling of gliding. It certainly like provides the sense of like, I don't know, just kind of a sunny day. Like there's nothing really dangerous about the sound. It's very almost frozen in time or still. It's a bit static, even though it has momentum. The tempo kind of stays the same. It's an interesting piece, though. It's nice. I don't think it's like, it's not like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it serves a purpose, and it's pretty and elegant. It's cool. Okay, Uma Musume, Queen Elizabeth II Cup. Another story race from the latest story chapter just released in Japan. It starts with a track that is very Gustav Holst in character and then transitions into a vocal performance. Sorry for the voiceover at the very end. Didn't find a better source video. The song is at the end is about thanking somebody who had always supported the singer, even if the journey was hard. However, that person is no longer there. Oh. Cool. Let's listen. Wow, that's absurd. Just the fact that it's absurd that this game has this kind of music, right? Like this is quite possibly the most delectable orchestral writing. And it's beyond perplexing that it just the stakes are so serious, and the music sort of doubles down on this idea that like this is a huge deal. The premise is absurd, and yet you hear tension getting started at the gate. Like this is a serious race, and you feel bum 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 brum bum. You know, it just. And that's the. But do you hear all that? Like all that, oh, this is 8 minutes, so I don't want to stop too much. But do you hear all that? Like this naturally has a sound of like, this is a do or die situation where this race is incredibly important to the people involved. And there's some sort of like antagonism between a few of the members racing. So it's not just a race to like do well. It's a race that is kind of all or nothing, where this race has the chance to seismically change a relationship, or there's some sort of like trauma or drama that is at play here within the race. Like this isn't just like a casual racing sound, you know? And that's determination right there. That's like, this is it. I have to double down. I have to do this the way the strings lilt forward and back and then all the way down. This really is like, no, this is my moment. I have to seize this. I have to take care of this. And then right back there, race. Believing in a hopeful future. Around the bend! She's coming! She's right there! She's pushing through! She believes in herself! Boom! I can do this. Yes, I can! The main theme. Hey, I believe in you. You can do it. Using her memory to triple down. And there she is, double down. I have goosebumps. Oh, the slow growl. Rallentando there. You can do it! No! No way! Come on! Like it shouldn't be that good, and yet it just works. You know what I mean? Like there's something so, the premise is so absurd that you buy into it somehow, and more than anything, musically, I think that the piece, this isn't the first piece I've heard from the game, obviously, but these pieces are genuinely super heartfelt. They really, I think, provide a sense of like value in like the idea of like musically never giving up, or like, you know, that moment where she makes contact with a former trainer, or the former like friend or whatever it was, and decides to double down. And then it's not just about her, it's also about the others that then speed past her. But like really it's digging deep and finding the strength within the self to then overcome that adversity, right? And I love how it could be so fake, and it could be so silly, and it could be so absurd, and yet I couldn't even think about the music because I'm like listening to the music take me away, while also like really giving myself into the story there as well. Like there's an honesty in the music that I think helps it. There's also like I think overall there's like a natural purity also in the sound, which I think represents the Umas as well. Like there's an innocence in the sound, especially. I mean, the transition from the hardcore holstiness, or really the truly like romantic period classical writing of that then goes into this diva song, which, I mean, I didn't know about diva culture until literally, Oshi culture until literally Uma Musume came out a couple months ago. But that transition is so smooth, and also the singing, in theory, for me, that it wouldn't make sense, and yet it makes complete sense, and there's so much honesty in it, and I really, God, I enjoyed that so much. It's just so, I don't know, man. Like it's just great. It's great. It's really, really good. It's so honest. It's so pure. It's so heartfelt. It's so genuine. I mean, shoot, I was getting like choked up. So crazy. So crazy. Thanks for that. My Nier video was so heartwarming. Oh man, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed ranting about it for 20 minutes. Maybe I'll grab that for a video. Uma Musume will make you cry. What a great little, it's just great. Let me just, I'm going to highlight that purple so I know to. All right. Toho 20. Oh, so I'm filming up a shmup video here soon. I'm excited. Huh? What? Waratsuki spell card. Divine Sea Battle. Toho 20. Fossilized Wonders. Oh, yes. Please move it up. Have I tried to interview Emmy Evans? Yeah, I'll get her eventually. I owe her, we're friends, so I need to, I actually need to respond to her. She left me a long message like about a month ago. I need to write to her. Oh, I see. It's you guys. I know that she had wanted to also promote her duo that she's in, so I definitely will do that. If it's okay, please review this track in tandem with the other Toho songs suggested by Red Car and Poison Zero. The theme of Waratsuki no Toyohime from the very recent installment of the Toho franchise. It's actually an arrangement he made purely from memory of a song for this character he made back in 2008. Is that Zune? Anyway, I feel this merges feelings of chaos and elegance in a strange way, which pretty much encompasses the denizens of the moon and the Toho setting. Hi, Poison here, continuing my trend from last month. I wanted to just do the second two songs from Toho 17, but another example of a song using theme of Eastern Story. The song is submitted last month, dropped since Toho 20 in August, and it's called In the Assistance of Red Car. This new game is freaking crazy. And then the home stretch, a high-tech fortress, the protagonist and the animal spirit accompanying them reached the headquarters of who was causing the inciting incident of the game. Descending down into the depths of the animal realm, a skyscraper-filled metropolis, a section of hell where strength rules, and they reach the primate spirit garden, where they meet our main boss inside the fortress. Okay. Let's just do one at a time so I can... it's all good. Can you clear it? Hey, Bloomberg. Ooh, you know, I'm not necessarily crazy about this track because it's it kind of feels like it's all over the place. It's I'm trying to let me keep listening, but I'm trying to pick up on some of the emotional cues in here, and to me it feels like it's specifically twisty on purpose. Like there's this real like twist and turn element to it that I think is I think that part's really impressive because it feels like we're being ensnared by like a character's like mind or body or spirit. Like there's some sort of like, no, you come here and you listen to me and I will tell you what to do, essentially. There's a dominant force in that. Ba 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 beep ba 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 ba. You know, let me keep listening. And then the dissonance. I do like this corner. I like this. Nice harmony there too. And there, I think like that's really like that's that thing. That's saying like, no, I'm never gonna be stopped. I'm never gonna let anybody get in the way of this. You think you can defeat me? Well, you can't. I have made my own mind of things. I'm going to commit to myself. I'm going to believe in what I have to say. No. I won't let you stop me. You know, there's a real like. Or it's the opposite, where it's like, you will do exactly what I say. Look at what I can do. And then a hail of whatever, you know? And then we slow down and it's like, how can you do this? How can you say this? What do you mean? I meant what I said. And then they double down with the harmony there with the trumpets, you know? So I think the reason why I mentioned that this part was jarring is because it shifts into well, first of all, the rhythm is kind of intense. Ba 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 ba. So that then coupled with which actually is cool because then we get it later. So it's actually like a really nice preamble to the trumpet part, the classic, you know, the Zoom trumpet, where in that regard I feel like we sort of we are owed the melodic payoff, and then we get it with the trumpets. But here also there's a bunch of like, you know, we're sliding and changing keys and stuff, so on and so forth. I like the violin back there, actually. Yeah, you know, it grows on you the more you listen to it. I mean, it's still a little bit like, ugh, the rhythm is kind of like intense because it kind of just feels like it's kind of spitting noise at me. But it actually grows on you. And again, the payoff comes on those trumpet parts. Like that's where you really feel like, oh yeah, this is dope. So I mean, it was so interesting to listen to. And then so here. This is from Toho 17. Toho 20 dropped in August and called in the assistance of Red Car. All right, so this is Toho 20 Shrine Maiden Crown. Shrine Maiden crowned with glory. Thank you. So there's a little bit of similarity. I think it's totally different. This is the main menu. Thank you. It's still kind of wild though, isn't it? There's still like quite a bit of movement in this. You know, I struggle with the Toho stuff a little bit because I like it. I like the themes. Like I like the piano part, the like where it ended here. Or not this. This is violin. But there's something about the way that the strings are in there that feels sort of out of place or not. It feels like it's not. It feels like it's kind of composed randomly. Like the strings are kind of just out there and they don't necessarily sync up with the way that the movement is. So it's a bit jarring at times. It's like I can tell that there's heart and soul in it, right? And I can tell that there's like clearly this expression in it. So I don't want to. I'm not poo-pooing that. It's just it feels disjointed. But not all of it, right? It just depends. So I want to. Okay, so now we're listening to Toho 17, Wily Beast and the Weakest Creature. So here, we talked about going to the tech fortress, the protagonist and the animal spirit. They get to the headquarters. All right, and this is track. What track is this? This is Electric Heritage. Yeah, I mean, I like this much better. Kind of a big vertical stack. Yeah, like I adore this. I adore it because there's doubling in it. I also adore it because it feels like it's a unified movement towards a specific goal or outcome. There's a real like commitment to like, hey, we have to double down. We have to take care of this. We have to navigate from point A to point B. We have to do this together. There's a unified sense of like commitment. And also it's a really galvanizing and satisfying piece, but it's also simple in that like it does have earworm thing where we can kind of attach ourselves to it. It's very, very good. Let me just listen to another one. I love that. Yeah, like that's awesome. I love that. That's so fun. I think that's such a cool track. I genuinely really like that. So then entrusting this world to idols, idolatrize world. Totally different soundscape. A god of idols is summoned by the human spirits to offer them protection from the hell that surrounds them. Protagonists are deceived by the spirit possessing them. She gives chase and you're forced to fight her as you desperately try to run away. Yep, love it. Ah, there's that theme. See, it's crazy how it catches on you. And then it stacks on itself. Wow, listen to that. Listen to the way it like. I love the piano lilting, but then also, oh wow, the horns at ba da da da. Wow, what a nice little. Wow, that's a nice little lube. That's divine. That's divine. I loved it. Terrific. Both of those, but especially the second one. Terrific stuff. I mean, it's just great. It's just great music. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much to say. Like, there's amazing, lovely piano instrumentation there. It felt like super cohesive, super aligned. You know, what a departure from the other ones, which I don't want to discredit their musical validity because I don't think that's fair. But the other ones felt kind of disjointed and all over the place, and I felt like I had to find parts I liked. Whereas both of these, Electric Heritage and Entrusting This World to Idols, were both incredibly put together and it really clean, and I mean just great. I mean, great stuff. I mean, again, I don't have a problem. The thing is, I don't have a problem listening to music I don't like. Like, I don't have a problem like sitting there and being like, okay, why do I not like this? Why do I like this? This just like sort of washed all over me, and I was like, yep, that's my jam. You know what I mean? And when you connect with something, it's always really, I don't know, enticing. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, let's do the King of Fighters XIII 13. A nice blend of classical, techno, and hard rock, emphasizing the ideas of elegance, mystery, and high energy. Each Promise Elizabeth team. Hello? Yeah. Ba, 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 nice. Ba, ba, ba. You know, interestingly enough, what I find sort of fascinating about this piece is the fact that it essentially, oh my God, Marco Meeple has ears, is the fact that it elicits danger while also showing elegance and grace. So we get that with the harpsichord. I've decided to never shave my head to spite the haters. I'm looking at this spot right here, and it's like thin. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I'm never gonna shave it. In fact, I'm gonna let this shit just be. And I don't. I'm just gonna let it grow, and just like see it, and I'm gonna keep it, and I'm not gonna ever shave my head out of spite. Everyone that told me I should shave my head will not have to deal with me looking without. Anyway, I love the combination there of elegance and grace. I should just shave the middle. I agree. It felt liberating. But I don't feel like I'm I don't anyway, we'll talk about this in a second. I don't feel like my okay, how do I talk about this without I feel like talking about your body publicly is more private than public. But yeah, I don't feel insecure. Welcome back, Norm Macdonald. like I don't mind my hair. I like it quite a bit. It is crazy though how much of a difference like 10 years can make with your hair. And actually, to be fair, I have more hair than my dad did. And it's a shame I didn't get my other grandfather's hairline. My mom's dad, he had terrific hair up until he died, like at his 80s. Meanwhile, my dad's dad and my dad thinned really bad. But my grandfather in Italy rocked the like middle gone, but the sides. You know the way I feel about hair is this. I think there is a point where, look, and we have modern technologies. I could go. The stress of opera didn't help. No, I could go and get implants. I could, because there's plenty of places. It's expensive, which is why people go to freaking Istanbul. There's plenty of places though that you could get terrific hair transplants or any of that stuff, and I think that's so legit. I think that's such a fair thing to do. You can also go the other route and look into medicine, Nutrafold, and whatever. And my buddy did it, and it actually looks great. But I think there's something also to there's also this beautiful thing about embracing yourself, and I think that that's something that is a beautiful. Where, like, yeah, I could go get transplants and I could take the hair from the back and put it in the front and have a nice little thing. But also, like, maybe there's dignity in getting older. Or if you're a young person who's lost their hair, there's dignity in embracing, I don't know, the burden you've been given, right? There's a variety of burdens. And whenever people because of me being public facing, whenever people are rude or they're like, from one bald guy to another, I think it's time, let it go, bro, stuff like that. It's like, I don't know, man. I know people that have died at a young age, and those people did not deserve to die young. And I feel grateful that I get to wake up every day. And as next week I'm 38 years old on Thursday. And it's like, I'm blessed beyond measure to be able to like wake up every day and breathe and, live the life I get to live. And life can be really difficult. I also think I lost a lot of hair. During the time of my dad's sickness, me leaving my opera career and actively going through like a degrading relationship at the time. So, they say like most people will experience like the great stressors in their lives at some point. And I experienced 3 all at the same time. So it's kind of like, well, if the worst if I came out the other side alive, because that kind of stress can really break a person, and make them do, bad things, with a thinner hairline. But, I think it turned out okay. That's resilience, baby. But seriously, I don't really give a shit. Like, I should, there you go. I'll do the rest of the stream like this. Hold on. Look at that beautiful. Look at that beautiful scalp. Look at that beautiful, healthy scalp. I'll be like those guys in the 20s. Look at that. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Marco Meatball. And pretty soon... Anyway. I don't know, sorry, I was just looking. Does my girl prefer beard or no beard? Mary! Mary! Do you prefer me with a beard or no beard? Do you prefer beard or no beard? No beard? Yeah. Or beard?
Oh, I love it.
Which,
handsome.
Okay. I just chat wanted to know which you preferred.
I don't mind either. Whatever you like.
You love me for who I am.
Yes.
Thank you. She loves me for who I am, bitch. No, just kidding. Clip it and ship it. Oh, I'm gonna clip that shit. We just made it. She said, you look handsome. I'm just clip farming, don't worry. Does your girl? I've been loving making shorts. A lot of my shorts are about poop, though. Or some really hot takes about music, and I'm not sure that I want to upload that shit. I always wanted to ask, how did you find your passion as a singer? What a great question. I started discovering my passion for singing when I discovered I was terrible at everything else. What I mean to say is, I discovered theater. At the time, I was in football and in wrestling. And I remember I was doing laps around the middle school. And I was also doing the play at the time. We were doing The Crucible by Arthur Miller. And my friends came down and they were like, hey, you need to make a decision. Either you come up and do the play rehearsal because you're needed, or you stay here and choose to wrestle. And I was like, look around, running laps around the fucking... I said, fuck this shit. I went back up to the high school to be ready for the play. And then that was it, really. And as far as singing, the reason why I became a singer was actually out of spite. I've discovered that a lot of my life has been based off spite. There was a kid in my high school. We were doing Fiddler on the Roof the next year. And we were in 10th grade. I was in 10th grade. And I was like, man, I want to be somebody. And so I started taking voice lessons. And my teacher was like, hey, you're actually kind of good at this. And I go, okay, interesting. So then we're like just working through the music of Fiddler on the Roof. And then I went into audition. And that was it. Like I wanted it because that guy was like, I'm going to be the lead. And I was like, the fuck you are. I'm going to be the lead. So the only reason I entered into singing and eventually fell in love with it was because of spite, which my entire life trajectory was based around, was based around spite. So I'm not sure. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it led me to where I am. So if you want to pursue something, just do it because you want to beat somebody else at it. That's the life lesson. That's the life lesson. Remember, kids. Oh, God. Spite is what helped me climb the ladder. That's like the other day I went to go. I need to lose 40 pounds, and that is difficult. And I was at the doctor's office, and I'm like pulling out my best jokes for this lady doing the liver ultrasound to check my liver, and just to make sure I'm doing okay. And I was just pulling out the best stuff. Like, she wasn't laughing at anything, but I was like, man, I'm hilarious. I was like, am I really going to use my best material at the fucking doctor's office? Like, that is lame. That has been the single motivator for me to actively try to lose weight. It's just because I think I'm funny and I don't want my best comedy to be at the doctor's office. And I don't know what that says about me. So that's my life. Anything we're doing is worth doing out of spite. Oh, God. All right. Anyway, so I think the King of Fighters here is terrific. This particular theme, Elizabeth theme, has this danger in it, but it also has class and elegance. There's a real poise. There's a real, and I love stuff like this. This is not uncommon. Like the harpsichord being the basis, that's that Baroque instrumentation coupled with the hard rock, which is the tension of the combat, so on and so forth. So there is this like feeling of, sort of that commitment to grace, but also the commitment to I'm gonna kick your ass. And I like how we get that with the harpsichord kind of stays as we add layering to it, which is cool. Key, does that mean that I'm on your speakers? And that's why your wife said anything is worth doing out of spite? That's hilarious. And that's the loop? Damn, I talked for most of this track. But it's nice. I mean, I think like that's the thing that's really cool about video games is that we have sounds like this that can, have these different aesthetics, and they don't prescribe to any one structure or style, as opposed to most other sounds that exist within music, Oh, you're in the car. Hello, Key's wife. Tell Key to stop spending all their money on me. Don't tell them that. Can I just pause really quick? So it looks like Gareth Coker, Mick Gordon, Yuka Kitamura, and Motoi Sakuraba just basically made a musical baby. And I just wanted to listen to this really fast. This is from the game Absalom, which I don't know anything about. Absalom.
I'm Gareth Coker, and I'm the composer for Absalom. A fantasy action roguelike beat 'em up.
Oh, hell yeah. I love the swells in that.
A lot about creating music for a beat 'em up is just making sure the music vibes. The key is tempo, tempo, tempo. You've got to get the right pacing. The Absalom team were really good about giving me access to the game for the entirety of development. I spent a lot of time just playing the game, figuring out how each character moves.
It's interesting to have this kind of music for a beat 'em up, which, you know, if we know beat 'em ups, we think of Streets of Rage, we think of like TMT, we think of X-Men, so on and so forth.
It's all about tempo and pacing. And once I found that, I committed to a tempo range of about like 160 beats per minute to 180 beats per minute. And then everything else kind of fell into place with the score. It started with tempo, then the themes.
Love that.
And then I just kind of built from that. The game has 4 different biomes. Each biome has a very unique musical sonic signature.
Hey. What? That's the background? How do you mix these 4 composers into
I just
one?
focused really hard on making each biome have a unique sound with different instruments or different production elements. You're never in one genre of music for too long. One of the things I discovered on this game was a really aggressive style of electronic music. The Lizard King is probably the wildest piece of music I think I've ever written. Disparity in the score is a big characteristic of the game's music. We wanted all of the boss fights to have a unique calling card. So we had 3 guest composers on Absolem. I am doing 2 of the boss fights. The legendary Mick Gordon, obviously known for Doom, come in and do the track called Underking.
Oh!
As it's the first boss of the game, it is face-meltingly good. In direct contrast to that, we have Yuka Kitamura, who is
the bells,
in the Elden Ring series, and she added her own unique musical sensibilities to Morta Mima's character, who is a deeply conflicted boss.
Oh, classic Kitamura.
And then Sakuraba-san's music, he has
the GOAT.
hidden bosses. His music is definitely the most experimental and out there. Fans of his will definitely like what he's produced for the game. About 60% of the soundtrack has been recorded live here in Vienna.
Oh, love that sharpness.
I talked about variety in the soundtrack. It's the same with the orchestra. We've had about 65 musicians, a really substantial brass section.
Listen to that heralding call there. Sick.
But there's also some really like small intimate tracks where it's one cello playing or one woodwind.
Wow. I love that sense of mystique and mystery in that.
The biggest factor in a great score is that you can't swap it out with anything else. It has to be uniquely tied to the game it's written for. I think Absolem does that in spades. The biggest challenge of creating a new IP's music is just coming up with a sound that is instantly recognizable.
The sound print
also stands on its own. It just takes time. I am very grateful that the team at Absolem gave me the time to forge that identity with them, and I believe that what players will be hearing is something that they'll be able to tie to Absolem and that they haven't really heard in any other game.
Wow, listen to how expansive that is. Holy shoot. Original soundtrack by Gareth Coker. But then also with Yuka Kitamura, Mick Gordon, and Motoi Sakuraba. That's crazy. When does this game even come out? When? Do we have a date for this release? This is called Absalom. Wow. Let me see. Is there a release date? October 9th, 2000. Wait, that's in a month. Ooh. Anyway, yeah. I'm sorry I titled this video the way I did, but Gareth Coker, Mick Gordon, Yuka Kitamura, and Motoi Sakuraba have made a musical baby. Most of it being Gareth Coker, one of the most terrific video game composers and composers in general out there. So amazing. There's way too many games in October, but this one will definitely be on my list. Whew, that's amazing. Sorry, guys. I needed to. I've seen it's been like appearing on my desk, so I've been wanting to make a quick little video about that. So don't mind me. This one. Absolum. Also, a beat 'em up roguelike is a unique twist on the series, on the style of game, which to me is exciting. Yeah, I'll probably get this for the OST alone as well. Okay, so where were we? Cool. I love Frostpunk 2's music. Let's let me. I don't think Fjord's back, so I mean it's okay because not everybody needs to be here for it. So let's listen to Decadent Nell, AI Somnium Files, No Sleep for Kanamedate. This is the new game. In the AI series, somniums are escape rooms, but in people's dreams. I actually ended up buying this because of Fjord, the first game, so I'm curious to play it someday. But in people's dreams, each game there's a few somnium themes that really make an impression. This is one of those highlights from the most recent games this summer. Let's see. Wow, like the saxophone pushing through there is like almost feels like trying to retain some sense of humanity or something. Being suppressed by that pressing sound there. Feels like this might be a theme for Date. This saxophone is very chill, very like detective, like in a world of messed upness, you know? pivot again. It's interesting, you know. It feels like a really sharp dichotomy between the clarity of the saxophone sort of playing into this idea of maybe the detective noir aesthetics of this world, but also coupled with a sci-fi sort of sheen over it. And so we end up getting the disparity of like danger, murder, violence, all that other stuff, coupled with like the desire to be on the beat, take care of things, do the job. So there's the sharp separation between the oppressiveness of the darkness of the world in that AI quality, coupled with the the workmanship of responsibility in doing things. What an interesting track. I was about to say that the track doesn't feel like very sexy, but at the same time, like the saxophone is one of the sexiest instruments. So it has this balance between, I think it's a real atmospheric piece that pushes through with a slight motif. Because of the saxophone's improvisatory nature as well, there is a quality in it of trying to unravel something like that saxophone also has such a detective noir sound, right? I mentioned that earlier. And this particular piece, it flits between darkness and lightness, but like it's like cyberpunky and it's very like oppressive at the same. It's so interesting because it is oppressive. It does feel like it's trying to ensnare, encapsulate, choke, snuff out that saxophone, but the saxophone kind of climbs up. So in a way, it's not call and response, but in a way, it feels like it's got these opposing ideas, and it's each are trying to suppress the other, which is I think really, really powerful. It was kind of jarring almost. I'd like to hear more from the game, to be honest. Okay, let's continue on. All right, so that's enough turn dot and yeah, that's enough turn dot for today. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're fine. So I'll do. And how many did I do today? Today I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, let's go to the Rogue Prince of Persia. I love this soundtrack. One of my favorite soundtracks of the year. After a turbulent early access period, that game has finally gotten its 1.0 and complete soundtrack release. I never got far into Dead Cells, but somehow this game has managed to get its hooks into me, and its soundtrack is definitely one of the top reasons why. Amen. The soundtrack is insanely good for this game. Severely underrated. Hey Nate, what's up, man? $30 months, dude? Oh my god, I just saw that. Holy shit, dude. Appreciate you.
Who's there above the throne? God under the rubble, waiting for your voice. Evermore, the truth will rise. Evermore, a faith that's mine.
I fucking love this soundtrack.
Shadows come fight. Kingdom rise. Kingdom rise. A voice that calls my heart to know. Kingdom rise. A sword to hold, the path unknown. Kingdom rise, kingdom
I love how this track really gives the idea that Prince of Persia needs to commit to following through on his actions and stuff. There's such a ferocity, excuse me, and a ferocity in the track of really like doubling down on your ideals. It's I love the soprano vocals, especially because I think that sound is sort of showcases a bit of softness, the way that she goes from the upper register down, which is really, I think, extremely evocative. And then obviously with the I mean, Asadi really killed this soundtrack. It's just so good. And I think unfortunately it did have a bit of the early access was kind of a mistake for this one in particular. And it's indie, but it's attached to Ubisoft where they're funding it and so on and so forth. So it's like not indie, but it's indie. So it's this whole silly, so I don't think it's gotten a lot of eyes on it, but it's actually a great game and insanely good music. Like I've listened to the whole thing top to bottom twice. It is so good. So good. Absolutely slept on. So I definitely recommend it if it interested you at all. The soundscape is so unique. It's worth the listen. It is so good. It is so good. So then POTK last month we couldn't do the other track that you put in. So let's listen to, this is a Idola Fantasy Star Saga Endeavor theme of Idola Fantasy. Okay, so, and now for something completely different, an epically poppy main theme from a now defunct gacha game, because we all love those here.
Clear blue eyes, sunset and horizon. Sad to see how we're supposed to see. Gentle the heart as big as the ocean. Reach out a hand with love to share the walk. Clear to boys that get to let for long. Night of a light inspired hoping was. Can't understand as if legends of land. Shed light to path, give courage strength to hold.
Why the hell every gacha game has such good music? It's so stupid. It's crazy how good the music is. This is a Sonic composer? Hey Fjord, I just filmed your video. If you want to rewind a little bit. It's giving me like slightly Disney vibes. Jeez. That's beautiful. What a harmony. Oh my God.
Will we ever?
That is such a nice anthem. Like, that is a piece that just screams, like, get up and fight. You know what I mean? Like, believe in yourself. Like, really, I loved ba 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 dee da 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 da, like the intensity in that of just like getting up and pushing past your comfort zone. Also, there was this beautiful moment right around the middle of the piece where there was a little bit of softness with that upper harmony, and it's just like real that feeling of like, can I actually do this? Like, can I navigate this difficulty? Can I overcome this challenge? It's like excellent. What a nice song. Again, like classic gacha games, like just insanely good music, preposterously good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, Suikoden. Ooh, children playing in the fields. Why not? An extremely catchy melody, even if part of it sounds like it's being played on electric kazoo. There's an official Celtic arrangement as well from one of the music CDs. I think I should be okay to play these. All right, let's listen. What a magical, such a magical piece. I can't wait to hear the live version of this. It's oddly contemplative, but I suppose it's like a person looking out at the children, being like, look at these young, carefree. They don't have to think about anything. They're not worried about anything. That's a town BGM. All right, hold on. Let me hear the live. Let me hear the live version.
La 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 la
I love how busy that sounds. Like it's like going to the market. It's hot as hell outside. Children are screaming about town. You're trying to buy your tomatoes and your apples and corn and zucchini and whatever. There's like a bazaar. There's like a fountain in the corner. Wow. It's a simple life with this kind of simple, but we still carry on day by day because we have to. We have to do our thing, you know? Maybe this is a procession of religious folks, you know? Hey Tsumi, no, I haven't played it yet. It's been installed on my, like, Windows handheld. I've never gotten to it. I want to. Nah, that's beautiful. I love that. It's so, like, homey, I guess. That's really lovely. Melty Blood Actress again, The End of 1,000 Years. The Tsukihime fighting game has some banger tracks, but this one takes the cake for me. A Song to Lose All Control and Go Wild to. Love the piano cascading down. Good tension there. Yeah, Andres, you're welcome. So I actually love the piano in this. I will say this, the first part of it I am not crazy about, but then when I hear the piano and the violin take over, done. Love it. Like, that's terrific. Something about ba-dum, ba-ba-da, 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 ba-ba-da. Something about that chord progression there, just moving from chord to chord to chord. I don't love that. I also don't love that open chorded guitar sound. Other than that, though, when the piano comes in, that's when the tension really pops. I love that. I love the piano. I love how romantic it is. It slides up. Like, it's like, let's throw some, I don't know, random, I don't want to say Rachmaninoff per se, but it's good. Cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Sorry, my head just was perfectly placed over her body. Let's see. Anno 1404. Salt of Earth. We're going back in time to Anno 1400. This time with a nice ambient track from the Occident region of the game. Think northwestern medieval Europe. That's all I think about when I think about Europe. Beautiful. It really does have gorgeous music. No Silk Song tracks yet. This is called Salt of Earth. Yep, Pax Romana. Nice key change. Oh well, return to the original. I love how the trumpet comes through there as if to say, like, we will not be defeated, we will stand. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I think this is Ubisoft, isn't it? On the Anno series has some legitimately good music. Like this and Victoria also. Oh wait, no. No, sorry. Victoria is the Ubisoft IP. That's right. I can't remember which one did we. It doesn't matter. Just beautiful. I mean, it's so elegant. That's a gorgeous track. That's a gorgeous track. Boop. I'd play that for a non-gamer. Pac-Man World Rally. Hell yeah. Hey Naomi, how are you? Basically on Patreon, folks, every month there are different tiers, of course. And you get at it, you add your name down to a list. And then we will go through the list throughout the month and listen to all the songs. That's how it works. There are different levels of tiers. The $5 one is for anime and reaction. Well, anime mostly, really, actually. $10 is to join the Discord and be part of the community, and then so on and so forth as it goes up. So, no pressure, no stress. Let's listen to Pac-Man World Rally. So this is, it's through this spreadsheet where it would be. Yep, that's correct. Everything gets added to this spreadsheet. There's an FAQ on the Patreon. You can check out. Hey, what's up, Purple Yoshi? How are you? I'm always looking to expand and improve perks too. We've had this structure for a little while. I think it's been working pretty well. It's not been too overwhelming. I do try to watch an episode of an anime every day. Some days I'll skip days and then make it up and watch two. I try to just balance it between 3 to 5 episodes of an anime a week. Every Friday is our Patreon live stream. It's really for everybody, but I think at this point, a lot of folks, hopefully folks know that it's not just for patrons, but I think sometimes it gets confusing. Yeah. So good. I'm glad. Did you see the new Yoshi game that's coming in 26? Looks really good. I wanted to suggest this after seeing Pac-Man get into Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Yes, so hyped, me too. Pac-Man has a racing game too, part of the World series filled with characters from those games. Hell yeah. Wow. What a reference. I love it's just a remix of that sound. I want it to build up to something. I don't know that it's going to. I think it's going to stay sort of. It's called Cloud Guard. Oh, that's fun. I enjoyed that. I would have liked some development, but it's okay. And I'm home again. Really glad I got to hear your thoughts on mine while in the car with my wife. Oh, Suikoden 2 was literally the game that we bonded over when we met 20 years ago, and our 9-year wedding anniversary is next week. Oh. On what day? My birthday's on Thursday. The structure sort of reminds me how they rearranged the One-Winged Angel theme and recombining up. Yeah, totally. Friday Not Ruined? What does that mean? Let's check out the Otto boss theme from Arknights. Hey, Zoe. This is a boss theme for the latest CN event for Arknights. Otto. It follows Hoshiguma and her own side story in Higashi. It blends traditional Japanese music with modern electronic rock style. My guess is that it symbolizes a battle between old and new. Yeah, let's listen. God, the beginning here reminds me so much of Kill Bill. But a dum dum bow 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 when she goes into the I guess I don't know where she is. She goes in to fight one of the members of the team. It's in the snowy. It's in Japan. Some really fun antagonism there. Feels like a really intense conversation. a meter shift here. Okay, interesting. Double bass drum. Another shift. Sweating, dripping sweat on our hands and knees, kind of on our knees, like, you know, crouched, looking at our opponent. What do you know, you know? Did they? There's a lot of antagonism in that, which is terrific, and there's a lot of like, I mean, we're looking at her. First of all, is this her new outfit? Is this her new like style? Because I love Hoshiguma. But anyway, there's a juxtaposition here where she's looking at this guy and she's like, "What do you know about me?" There's antagonism in that, where it's like spitting in the face of an opponent, and it's like, "What do you know about anything? Let me tell you something." And then he's like, "No, let me stop you. Let me tell you something." And then they just like clash, and then there's this one part where we have the instrumental da da da, where they're just. And so there's this back and forth, of ideals, of an argument, of this isn't a fight to the death so much as it is a fight to be understood. You know, like no one's trying to mortally wound the other. This is a matchup of ideology, and the clash occurs with all the meter changes. So like suddenly we're changing positions, we're changing styles. This feels very much like it's mentor versus mentee, and the mentor has decided to go down a different path or something, and you know, we don't know how to navigate it. So we're like, why would you change? Why would you shift like this? You know, there is that stripping away of that former self, and choosing to, really commit to oneself, and not be, obligated to follow down a different path. I thought that was really, I thought it was really cool. The mixed meter was also really fun and interesting. Let's see. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Imbroglio, Xenosaga, Episode 3. Hepatica, I Believe in You. Ending theme that concludes the Xenosaga trilogy. Kojura Yuki. Did not expect harp. I love this single harp mixed in with the it sounds like upper cello. Clown? What's up? Wow. Hey, Harthian, how are you? Not yet. It's always on my to-do list, though. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Wasabi. Welcome in. God, this is gorgeous. Wow. My God. That is like, that is so lovely, isn't it? That is transformative. I think, oh gosh, I'd never heard that track before. That is so sublime, isn't it? That is like so lovely. There's no words to describe how beautiful that is. Like no amount of like hypothesizing around. Oh, God. That's like there's like a love element to that. This is so beautiful. God, that was something else. That was so majestic. That was so, oh, I loved it. There's this like gentleness in it. Boy, you know? Ooh, that's when you think about afterwards. God, I loved that. If I talk too much about that one, I'm going to cry, though, so I'm not going to. South of Midnight. I feel like this game kind of came and went. Was that this year? I think it was last year. Altamaha. These boss themes are played piecemeal throughout each major. Yes, I didn't finish it, but major chapter culminates into full songs. That's right. By local Louisiana musicians, of course. Each one is just as depressing, traumatic, grief-stricken story after the next. Agreed. This is one of the last legendary monsters. Okay, I did the first one. A slave woman who jumps off a boat and loses her baby in the tide of the river and becomes a monster bent by her fear and rage and desperation to find him again. Oh, God. I'm still getting teary-eyed. I'm going to go hug my mama. Ooh.
Slumber, child, slumber, and dream, dream, dream. Let the river carry you back to me. Dream, my baby, 'cause Mama will be there in the morning. Last night under bright strange stars, we left behind the men that came, you and me.
Let me see.
Running toward a promised land. Mama will be there in the morning. Trust nothing and no one in this strange, strange land. Be a mouse and do not use your voice. River tore us apart, but I'm not too far, 'cause Mama will be there in the morning. Do you still dream? Do you sleep still? I fill my pockets full of stones and sing. The river will flow and the sun will shine, 'cause Mama will be there in the morning. dream, dream. The river murdered you, and now it takes me. Dream, my baby. Mama will be there in the morning. You may not know me because I've changed, but Mama will not stop looking for her baby. When the river takes, the river gives, and Mama will search as long as she loves. Dream, dream, my baby. Mama will be there in the morning. Mama will be there in the morning.
I mean, like, it's incredible how acapella music can be so visceral, and the human voice itself can be so visceral, and there were a couple moments in there where we grew in tempo and got louder and more exclaimed and more pronounced, and I thought it was really interesting to hear the way that these singers navigated expressing the variety of emotions that come from a circumstance like this that we are told about. Mama's changed, but she's still here. She's still your mom, and all this other stuff. Like it's amazing how there were two verses that were loud, really basically shouted. And then the last verse, which you would think would be the biggest verse, instead was one of the more, it wasn't as introspective as the first one or two. Can't remember. The final verse was just a almost acceptance and or exasperation, where it's like, shh, Mama will be there. Don't worry. Like there's this, I mean, it's so sad and tragic, and the sharpness as well was really interesting to listen to, because take that like that, the emphasis on those was I mean, haunting is probably the best word to use, but it was also just sad that this mother would have to sing this way for her baby, and yeah, it was like a passionate plea / outcry, almost like a prayer, but with like anger in it, but it was also like a reassurance. And then the subtext was agitation and frustration towards the experience, and, not wanting to become this thing that eventually she became. Right. It's like, wow. About how much longer is the stream going to go? That's a great question. Let me tell you. The stream will go for 10 more songs, whatever that means. So I'd say, well, it has to. So, 10 more songs. So I'd say about 25 minutes-ish. Breakthrough, Heart of Gold, Donkey Kong Bonanza, the end credits song of Donkey Kong Bonanza. A wonderful piece that takes motifs from DK's original soundtrack, gives him a good vocal theme. The game has been out for about 3 months now, but if you feel it's too soon to play it, then you can skip. No, it's not. I wish I could play it. Like I said today during the direct, it like overwhelms me because there's so many things to do.
This strange world It's so fast and deep. All these things.
Why did H Bomber guy like my tweet? What the hell?
To see. On my own, far from home, I was scared alone. When your beat showed the way to me, we're breaking through, down to the core. No stopping us, not anymore. Inside the storm, I found the key. Your beat rang out, my voice has been released. Hear it call. It's whispering truth. This melody in harmony will strike a chord that's gonna break us free.
Bonanza really has such an interesting soundtrack, doesn't it?
When it all seems so dark and bleak, when the whole looks so cold and deep, I hold tight, leave it all, just let go and fall. Let your beat light the way for me. We're breaking through, down to the core. No stopping us, not anymore. Inside the cage, in the beast, your beat rang out. My voice has been released. Hear it call. It's shouting the truth. Just sing with me. This melody will strike the chord that's gonna break us free. Look at us, so big and small, two together
Oh.
through it all. Heart of gold, a wish come true. You and me, unbreakable.
Bonanza, Bonanza, Bonanza.
We're breaking through, right to the core. No stopping us, not anymore. I'm heading home to city streets. Your beat now mine. Our dreams at last unleashed. You and me, my hand in your hand. Our two voices entwined.
Thank you, I saw it.
Crescendo, spiraling up, rising forever, You and me, we set the rhythm of my heart free. It was bounding in hopes that this day would come. Beat a tempo in time with your own heart, playing a song just for us to sing.
I love that. You know, it's just like so warm. That's called Breaking Through, Heart of Gold. It's just so warm. I find that I don't necessarily think it has as much charm as like Sticker Bush, right? Like something more like, you know, but it's totally different. But it's just such a nice, it's such a nice way to like put a bow on it and be like, I hope you had a great time on your adventure with us. You know what I mean? There's this like element of like peace in it that's just I think really, really, really nice. It's so lovely. And really like having you feel like you've done it. You helped us bring this world back together. You know, the power of song helped unite the world. You know, it's very pure. Oh really? That's cool. I'd love to eventually hear that. Okay. Ice Shard Cliffs from Monster Hunter Wilds. Ice map time. Oh, I like this. I fought Gore Magala with this soundtrack. Yeah. It just goes higher and higher and higher. That's tension. Build. Sure. And then we pull back. Tension. I think the organ really too gives way to like the ice. Like there's a not a crystalline nature to the organ really in our fundamental parts, but hey, what's up, Miami? Miami. What's up, Miami? It's great. And I think like the organ somehow encapsulates the age of the Ice Shard Cliffs, but also the size, the stature, and also the I think a little bit of the icy qualities within this landscape, but also like I do like that we get some like sort of twirling and twisting. There is this element of like the camera, sorry, because my hand. There was this like twisting back and forth, like the thing, like whatever it is, let's say Gore Magala because he's an asshole, turning around, looking at you, staring at you, jumping, leaping over, you know, like there's a but there's a bit of heroicism within that as well, in that trumpet sound. And there's a build. It's so cool. And this is the quieter part, you know. But the organ is also tension, nervousness, fear, brokenness, you know, danger, strife, hardship, double trumpets and trombones. Love the piano in the back too. Also represents ice and like snowy stuff. That's like a monster call. Love the big hits. Oh, I forgot about the guitar. Flamenco tension type stuff. Of course. Bah! Classic tension there. Bah! That's repetitive there. And then there's that little corner where the strings actually add to the emphasis by the trumpets, and the strings then double up and come into it and say, "Hey, actually, this is super serious and super tense." Ooh, I forgot how much I enjoyed this particular theme. I'm taking a little break from Wilds until Optimization 1 because I installed it on this new rig, which is high quality. I spent a lot of money on this rig, and it performed like dookie. So I've just decided to take a step back from Wilds. I should go back and finish World and Iceborne, I should say. But with all the games coming out, it's impossible to keep up with. But Cuphead, Last Delicious Course, High Noon Hoopla, second favorite track in the DLC. In The Fifth Element, the movie, the Diva's opera song, was that extremely high note she hits? Is that humanly possible, or was it enhanced through movie magic? Oh no, that's totally normal. Any good soprano that is a lyric coloratura, because in The Fifth Element, that's I'm pretty sure this is Regnava nel silenzio, isn't? Oh no, it's I forget. I don't want to play it because of copyright. Yeah, no, I'm sure I'm sure that's not the person. The person didn't actually sing it in The Fifth Element, but that is very humanly possible. Isn't it just a high E? I've never actually. Am I gonna I'll probably get copyright claimed. Well, I'll just delete this part. Well, it doesn't matter. Hold on. Suono, biba, biba. Oh yeah, this is a Lucia's Mad scene. Il dolce suono, biba, 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 bi. Yeah, that's common. That's normal. That's normal to hear that. High Noon Hoopla. Oh, God. No worries. Oh. I love the hit there. It just shifted genre, kind of. Huh? It sounds like a train. Why yodel? Not the tuba. The balance between total stress and absolute delight. I love the galloping horse. Nice doubling there with the bass. Hey, Smarty. It is delightful. It's weird how much I dislike Western music, but it deviated from it. I was relieved that it wasn't just hoedown music the whole time, which is fine. There's very few things I truly dislike, and that hoedown music is one of them. I detest it, hate it with a burning passion. But I really enjoyed how playful that was, and even though it's dangerous, it's not so heavy, which is really cool. You know, I think as last week, I was inundated again by criticism and critique and things that sometimes can be a bit challenging. And, you know, I think more than anything, you know, for those of you that have been around a while, I think you understand how I work. And for those of you that maybe are newer to the channel, maybe you don't necessarily know how I work, but my goal has always been to state the obvious. My goal has always been, hey, this is what I hear. This is the obvious stuff that I pick up on. I don't really think that this is a channel you come to for massive insights or, you know, we're not going to sit here and we're not going to break apart pieces and have some sort of deep discovery on the chord structure and the circle of fifths and why, you know, why a composer writes the way they do. When you come here, you know, we listen to music, we jam out, whether it's stuff we've heard before, stuff we haven't heard before. The point is to look at it from an emotional lens, why we like it, why we dislike it, why things, you know, work or don't work from an emotional perspective. And it's funny how the only way that people can go after me, if they want to slander me, is go after the fact that the things I say are fairly obvious. And the answer to that is yes, by design. I often see people that want to be othered because they don't know things, and so they want to go to someone who knows more than them. But the reality is that all of us have the ability to connect to music because there's you know, a list of 90 tracks here as an example for this Patreon live stream of music that people enjoy. Or is thought-provoking to them, or makes them feel some sort of way. And I think in the desire to seek out people that know more, I would encourage you to not also deny yourself your own intrinsic knowledge of your feelings and of music. And I just bring that up because it's like a very common thing if a particular group of people feel like putting me down, they'll usually reduce it to, well, he says things that are incredibly obvious and I don't need him. Good. By all means, you don't need me. But if you want to be in a place where we can listen to music together, whether we've heard it before or not, and have a good time, have a few laughs, enjoy the company of other people that enjoy music, from video games specifically, but also from other things, then this is a place for you. And my content has changed. You know, I used to do a lot of individual videos, and we evolve. We change as people all the time. And things may not be what they were 2 years ago, but good. I would hate it if they were. Remember one time I got a comment that was like, I never know what's going on with this channel because it's constantly changing and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a good thing. You know, for the last year, I've basically done big big videos that cover multi-genre, cover a genre, and then individual songs within that genre. Those are really fun, and they're also worth the effort and time. There's nothing more to say. For if anybody who is watching a VOD of this or in this chat, saw that I called Genshin Impact's Not music shallow, what I intended by that was its compositional structure, not culture and people of a culture. And I'm concerned at how many people that I saw alluding to me being racist, or because I didn't like it, that meant that it was a white man issue, and I needed to do better. And that shit is crazy. Like, I can't help but vehemently disagree with you. I just didn't like it that much, what I heard, which was at least 3 hours of it. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. So, I want to end the week by just being like, I'm sorry that people, got offended or upset. I would never imply that someone's culture is shallow. I would imply that music that is composed by people that are not part of that culture could potentially be shallow, but also very nice. Japanese directors. Mega Man Star Force Legacy. Oh, wow. Cool. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. In any case, I actually grew up listening to a lot of Latin music. Paco de Lucia. Well, I guess he's Spanish with Spanish guitar. But yeah, I love all kinds of music, and I don't like some kinds of music. Yeah, I don't know. Just felt like I needed to say that. With that, I think we're going to stop there. As always, thanks so much for coming to hang out. If you're not in the Patreon, you don't need to be. If you're watching the VOD of this, enjoy this. Just thanks for hanging out, of course. If you want to join the Patreon, patreon.com/MarcoMeatball. If you're already there, thank you for your support, as always. This is always fun. I hope you guys had a great time. I certainly did. And we will see you next Friday. Just a heads up, October 3rd, we will not be meeting because that's the day I'm getting married. So October 3rd is 3 weeks away. And then also, I hope to see all of you on Thursday. Next week is my birthday, the 18th. I'll be turning 38 years old. And we will be doing a music hangout, listening to things. So I'll see you on the 19th, the day after my birthday, though, for our Patreon live stream. And I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Be well, take care, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend. See you guys. Yeah.